Jeff Gibbons here with another video, and in this one I'm going to be going over Cinesamples orchestral libraries. These libraries are on sale right now. I'll put a link in the description, and if they go on sale in the future, I'll update that link as well. I have friends who use these in film and television compositions all the time. These guys write for top animation studios and they swear by this library. I've done a lot of orchestral writing myself, done film and television as well. And it's something that I'm excited about adding more to my YouTube channel, so more of that stuff coming in the future. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to give myself an hour or two to come up with something. I'm going to go through all of the sounds, look at all the different sections of the orchestra that come with the big package that they're selling. I'm not a seasoned pro with Cinesample stuff, so this is going to be kind of like an unboxing video for myself as well. So I'm quite excited about it. So let's get right into it. All right, I'm going to use Complete Control. I'm also working in Cubase 10.5 here. I couldn't get things to work through NKS, so I'm not sure if it is NKS ready or not. So I'm just loading it up through Contact, which is working just fine because I will still be able to see the key switches and stuff on my Complete Control keyboard, which is very important. So let's start with the strings. That's kind of the meat and potatoes of orchestral libraries, and probably one of the hardest things to sample and to sample really well. So. Okay, so for this first little line, what I've got is I'm using this green note on the staccato articulation to trigger a double note. So it's kind of like ja, 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 ja. And so if I hold down this green one, when I take my finger off, I get the other note. So, and it really sounds like back and forth. So it's a really realistic sounding faster passage. But what that means is I need to quantize my notes, and I need to make sure that the end of the notes are quantized just as importantly as the beginning, because the end is when the other note comes. So I'm going to set it to 16ths, quantize it, and then I'm also going to select all the notes and go over to length and quantize, and then go to fixed lengths. There we go. And we didn't get my little key switch to say. Okay, that's fun. Let's go over to another track, and I'm going to add some more strings. And we'll load up the violas this time. All right, got a little viola part in there. And the fast staccato runs are working really nicely just with the staccato articulation. So that'll be good for that. Let's add another track. I'm going to add a little run at the end of this phrase. So I'm going to take off that double articulation, so it's just staccato, and then I'm going to go diddle 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 diddle. So I want and then up like that. So the run will be like this. Cool. You know what? Maybe I'll just put another violins in right now doing something. And I found another use for this little mini keyboard out front is if I want to be playing up high and be controlling key switches, I can set this one to be an octave lower. Where are we? There we go. So this one can now be super low octave, and this one can be the full range of the upper ones. Allowing me to still do the key switches if I want from this little mini keyboard out front. So it's kind of like having an organ. I never thought I would actually want two keyboards out front, but there you go. All right, let's try the violins. See if I can get something for that. fun. Let's go with that. Now let's start exploring some other instruments. So let's try the harp. Why not? I've got a really funky idea. I'm going to mess with this a little bit. Let's take this and move it over for now. Try something out. Wait till we put some expression on that. That's going to sound really cool. Okay, these strings are sounding amazing. I love this already. Okay, let's get some more instruments in there. I love horns. Let's go to the horns. Whenever you see horns, they're most likely talking about French horns in orchestral settings. Let's see what this sonore is all about. Matrix style chord clusters that Don Davis was so famous for. So let's duplicate that, and I'll get some trumpets in there as well. Let's go to maybe flutes. Well, let's try some oboe. Why the heck not? Okay, I'm running out of time if I want to get this done in 2 hours, and so I'm on to the percussion now. So I've got the bass drum loaded up, and it sounds really good. We'll try some taikos. Everybody loves taikos. So taikos, and then maybe we'll add some cymbal swells in there as well. So 2 bars before, that's going to lead into our next section. Whole bunch of different drums. We've got different types of snares, timpanis. This is just an incredible library. I'm not just saying that because I'm making a video for it, but it's just beautiful stuff. All right. This is really cool. This is better than anything I have myself, so I'm quite excited about this. That might be it for percussion. I got 20 minutes left. Let's just see about like a xylophone or something like that. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we'll go to marimba. Let's see. Cool, so we got a neat little marimba part. I think that's probably good enough. We're gonna have to move on to the next section and see what we can come up with in 10 minutes. All right, here we go. Let's do some harp to this one. I'm gonna butt this over and see how this sounds going into that other section we came up with at the beginning. I'm going to let this rhythm kick in just for a few. And then we go into our next section with another cymbal swell. All right, folks, I think it's done for what it is. I will turn the click off and play it for you. I am just blown away. This is probably the best orchestral software I have ever worked with, and I don't say that lightly. After 2 hours, here we go. So there we have it. Looks like it still needs some work, but you know, still pretty fun. I would definitely have to go in and mix it, and then I'd also want to go in and put in some more modulation information to control the dynamics, because I don't have a lot of that in there. Everything feels really organic in this library and seems fairly realistic. And hopefully that gives you an idea of whether you should be, you know, springing the money on this library for yourself. If you are doing soundtracks, if you want strings and stuff to go along with pop recordings and things like that, I feel like this library would work really well because it does have the close mics as well. And go listen to the demos and do some more research. There's tons of YouTube videos on this because it's been around for so long. And I hope this was helpful to you in some way. And I will do a future video on orchestration and composition and, you know, how do you use chords and notes and what works with the orchestra, all that kind of stuff. So those are future videos, definitely. So stick around, hit the subscribe button and the bell, and we'll see you in the next video.